I'm Keito. October 27th, 2005 at 7:06 in the morning was when it happened. I was on my way to school, walked across the street like I do every day. Early foggy morning, pretty much across the street, caught my back leg, dragged me for a couple hundred feet. Broke my tibia, fibia, pelvis, ankles, knee, collarbone, couple ribs, punctured lung, lost a lot of blood, had to get flown out on a helicopter to Harborview, and stayed there for a couple of months. Right now I have a screw right in here that you can feel, one right here you can feel, and then metal rod that runs through, another 2 screws down here, and then a nail that's up in there. While I was in the hospital, most of the damage was skin being ripped off of my leg. The first plan was to completely remove my leg from the blood loss, but instead they were able to save my leg, so what we needed to do was a skin graft. So I had to have skin removed from my back and part of my butt, actually, and that had to be stapled onto all the missing skin that was on my leg. And that was probably the most painful thing I've ever been through, and the worst part of being in the hospital. After my accident, I had to go through physical therapy for over a year, and a lot of it was sitting on a bike, and it took me like 3 weeks to be able to bend my leg enough to be able to pedal once. Originally, the road that I walk across is not a school zone. There's no sidewalks or anything. But now there's some lights. It's a school zone now, and they put a bunch of lights up, which has helped a lot, but still more work in progress. And then after that, after sitting on the bikes for a while, I decided to just try cycling. So I went out and dumped over $1,000 and bought a bike instead of a car. And rode that every day. And then someone threw out the idea of the Seattle to Portland bike race. It's a 204-mile race, and then people were telling me, yeah, I should do that, and then in a couple of years or something. And I said, oh, why not do it this year? So the year after my accident, that summer, so not too long after, it wasn't even a year after, then I decided to do the Seattle to Portland bike race. And instead of doing it in 2 days like most of the people do, I decided to do it in 1 day. I went through this whole car phase. I was surrounded by people that are crazy into cars and that are drifting. So I went and picked up this old BMW. It was fine, but it was kind of I wouldn't say it was a beater, but it was definitely missing some stuff. So it's just always falling apart on me. There's no headliner, sunroof is leaking. All these things are problems with it, but I always wanted to fix it and build this crazy drift car, but in the end I just end up keeping on driving it hard and redlining everywhere I go and just destroying this car. I'm going to Everett Community College. I graduated from Marysville Pilchuck High School. It's my second year at Everett Community College, and I'm studying studio art and a little bit of photography, and will be transferring to Santa Cruz where I'll be studying marine biology. Art in general and photography, I never did anything in high school or any of that. It all just kind of happened in college when I was looking at my choice, and I looked for what had the least amount of math in it. And I saw art had no math, so I picked that and kind of just fell in love with that. I'm into super high contrast, super high detail, so something that's going to give me great colors, but also a composition that's not going to be like everyone else's, so something that separates me from everyone else. I mean, from everyone that was like skipped class to go hang out outside where I got hit for the whole day after, and all like the cards that came in, the posters, and then my family, I mean, they had to risk a lot. They had to drive down to Seattle every day, and someone always had to stay the night at the hospital with me. Then there's always issues, with people that like all of a sudden they're my friends now, but then I had my real friends that were always there and visiting me all the time. But yeah, family was always down there every day, no matter what.